best matcha of my life. This isn't the brightest avocado in the world. Initially planned on wearing. Good morning, happy Saturday. I've just made the best matcha of my life. I used coconut milk. And a little bit of oat milk, matcha, vanilla, ice. Oh, that's so good. So it's Saturday morning. It's a beautiful day. The sun is really sunning and I think it might be quite warm today. Alexa, what's the temperature going to be today? Hello? Alexa, what's the temperature going to be today?
Today, you can expect a high of 21 degrees.
21 degrees today. I don't even really have anything planned today. I've actually got a very boring morning. I need to drop my car off for its service in like an hour and a half. Yeah, like an hour and a half. And you know, when it's like I can't really make any plans because I'm going to be waiting for them to call me to say my car's done, which is really annoying. But I am later on or this evening going to the Receipts podcast live. They are on tour at the moment and I've never seen them. I have been listening to the Receipts since, oh my gosh, they're definitely the first podcast I started listening to. I think maybe since like 2018. Yeah, I've listened to them for years and years and years. And to be so honest, like I don't actually listen to them that much anymore. However, Tolly and Audrey are leaving the podcast and I thought, you know what? This is literally the last chance I might get to see them, or at least in like podcast form. So yeah, I just got a ticket, just going by myself. I'm sure it'll be fun, something different to do. So that's how I'm spending my evening. Let's have a little book update. I've been reading Black Buck by Matteo Ascaripo. I don't know if I said that right. This is so good. Okay, I've got maybe like 100 pages left. So, I mean, there's still time for me to not like it. But so far, I'm really enjoying this. It's giving like Wolf of Wall Street, kind of. It's nothing like Wolf of Wall Street, but I just get the vibe. And the Wolf of Wall Street is like one of my favourite films. For some reason, I just love anything to do with New York, businesses, Wall Street, trading, scandal. This isn't even necessarily about that, but I just get the vibe. So basically, it's about a guy called Darren. He works at Starbucks. He lives with his mum in Brooklyn, just the two of them. The area they live in is called Bed-Stuy. I'd never heard of this area before, but I'm getting the vibe that it's like sort of used to be a very black, culturally diverse area and has very slowly been like gentrified, and essentially like the people who have been living there for generations and generations like can't even afford to live there anymore. So it's given like Hackney, maybe. This guy called Darren basically gets a job at a tech startup. Is it a tech startup? And he gets trained on how to be a great salesman. When he first enters this company, he's the only black person in sight, and he gets the normal like they're not even microaggressions in this book at all, but he just gets the normal stuff that you may expect if you like the only, for some reason, like why am I the only black person here? That's suspicious. He enters into this workplace which is very kind of just full of absolute dickheads and really sort of cocky dickhead people. Very humble guy entering a very not humble environment, and he goes on a journey and he currently is not the same person that he was at the start of the book. I'm just loving it. Anything's like, New York is my favourite city. Just something about New York. Like I can see a picture of New York on my phone and it just makes me want to, just gets me emotional because I just love New York so much. So films that are set in New York, books that are set in New York, I just have an instant connection and love for them. If this was the exact same story set in London or like any other city in the world, I maybe wouldn't care as much. I don't know. I'm really loving this book so far. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my matcha. I'm gonna eat my breakfast, and then I've got to leave to take my car to be serviced in an hour and a half, which is obviously exactly how I want to spend my Saturday. Do you know what I mean? Like, what better way to spend my Saturday than dealing with my car, you know? Love that for me. I got home from dropping my car off a while ago and I've just been doing some tidying, popped into Tesco to grab myself some lunch. I've just been tidying the flat a little bit, tidying the bathroom. Just got a call from the car people and I failed my MOT. What the hell? I've never failed my MOT before. I don't know why I'm taking it personally. Like, I failed my MOT. No, my car failed its MOT, first time ever, what the hell. So, yeah, need to spend more money to get those things sorted out. Don't get a car, don't get one, liability. I know I'm not alone in this, but when it comes to anything to do with my car, I am a bit clueless. Not to, you know, set feminism back 100 years, but I feel like I'm just not very confident when it comes to my car other than driving. Like, when I see people on the side of the road broken down and they've got their bonnets open, what are you doing? Like, let's be so for real. Do you actually know what you're doing? What are you looking at? If I'm broken down on the side of the road, the last thing I'm going to do is open my bonnet, because to do what? To just look at all the metal inside. Surely that's not a common thing to be like, oh, I've broken down, let's open the bonnet, see what's going on. How do you all know what you're doing unless you've like studied to be a mechanic? My bagels are toasted. Surely that's not normal. I don't know. My skills are elsewhere. I'm making avocado bagel with sardines, which is rogue. I'm not a sardines girl at all. No offense to my mother, but she used to make like sardines and like rice. I don't actually know what it was. She made some sort of sardine meal that, do you know what, looking back, it probably wasn't even bad. It was probably completely fine, but when you're a kid, you don't want sardines, so I kind of just feel like I've avoided, like I've definitely not had sardines in adulthood. However, I'm trying to eat more diverse fish. The only fish I really have at the moment is salmon and tuna, and I love salmon and I love tuna, but fish is so good for you. There's so many other types of fish that I could be eating. So we had mackerel the other week. That was all right, very salty. And today I'm gonna try sardines with my avo on toast. My smashed avocado hack, if you want to avoid washing up, is to just smash it inside the avocado skin. Skin? I guess it is skin, right? Okay, this isn't the ripest avocado in the world. It's a bit of a struggle. All the avocados were pretty rock solid in Tesco today, so didn't have a great choice. I'm making this look incredibly difficult. Oh, this looks disgusting. This straight up doesn't look nice. I might do one with sardines, one without, just in case I hate it. And a little bit of avocado topping. Okay. Lunch done, let's eat. In fact, let's do a little taste test. That's really nice. Kind of doesn't taste as much. Pleasantly surprised with that. I'm gonna add sardines to the other slice too. Okay, it is about 6:15. I need to leave in about half an hour to go to the theatre to watch the Receipts podcast live. So I'm just gonna like refresh my skincare a bit because I feel a little bit dry, you know? And then put a little bit of makeup on, fix my hair a little bit. I was in a real kind of like dilemma earlier over whether I should wear makeup tonight or not. I don't love wearing makeup. I just don't like almost knowing that there's stuff on my skin, but at the same time I literally wear makeup like every day to work, or when I'm going out anywhere I wear makeup. However, like I like wish I didn't feel like I had to, because I used to literally not wear makeup at all, but now I'm just not as happy with my skin, so I just kind of feel a bit more like put together when I have makeup on. And I kind of hate that I feel like that, because if we all just kind of let go of our expectation of what like good skin is, then we'd probably all feel less of a need to wear makeup. But I was basically earlier like probably thinking, oh, I won't bother wearing makeup because like, I'm just going out by myself, like who cares? And then I was like, oh, but on one hand, if you would put in effort to wear makeup if you're going with someone else, then why not put in that same effort when you're going out by yourself? But then I was also like, well, Olivia, why would you feel the need to wear makeup when you're with someone else, but you don't feel like that when you're by yourself? So on one hand I was like, no, don't, because you don't want to wear makeup, so don't wear makeup. And on the other hand I was like, no, you would put effort in if you were with someone else, so put effort in for yourself. And I'm like, girl, this is such a first world, not like such a non-issue. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna put on a little bit. I mean, I don't wear much anyway. I wear a skin tint and concealer, and that's kind of it day to day. So I mean, I'll probably just do the same today. Cover up, sounds sad to say, but like even out my skin tone a little bit. I use Glossier skin tint, not that you can tell, because what the hell is up with this bottle. I've actually just booked theatre tickets for next week on Thursday to see the Book of Mormon. That's one show, okay, no, there's loads of shows I've not seen, but that's one show that I just, yeah, I don't know, I've not got around to watching. And then I started hearing stuff about it that kind of made me not want to watch it. However, I'm getting the impression that, like, I think it's a very satirical show. I, like, obviously kind of know what it's about, but I don't know the full story. I'm under the impression that there's a lot of satire, and I love satire. So I'm going to see that on Thursday. And also, I just think you can't not watch a show because you've heard other people's opinions about it. Well, no, you can. You absolutely can. But like, I've heard some very strong opinions about this show. And I don't want to be like, oh, I'm not seeing this show because so-and-so said it's this. I want to form my own opinion, because I'm sure if it was that controversial, it surely wouldn't be on the West End, right? This is Livs from the future, little interlude, because I've just got back from watching Book of Mormon. I've never wanted to unwatch a show before. Was not a fan. Honestly, that was the most, and okay, going into it, I'd heard like, oh, some people are really sensitive when it comes to this show. Some people walk out from this show. I also love satire, which I think I said when I was talking about this show, or talking about going to see this show. I think I was like, I love satire, and I'm pretty sure this show is full of satire. For me, I felt this show was deeply uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't mean to sound like a snowflake, woke, sensitive person. Like, I'm sorry, I thought that show was wild. Especially when you look around the room and you cannot see anyone else who looks like you. And it's like a room full of people laughing at black people on a stage, portraying negative stereotypes. Okay, spoilers, by the way, spoilers. I don't care. I feel like the negative stereotypes are supposed to be from the perspectives of the Mormons, right? Like, it's not necessarily saying that these things are true. It's saying that this is how, like, the Mormons see them, or like how society see them, even though that's not necessarily the case. And it just felt like these wild stereotypes being portrayed, like there's crazy stereotypes, and then everyone around me is just creasing, and I was just sat there like, this feels so dystopian. Honestly, matters were not helped by the fact that the man, like, I just had an awful person sat next to me, like a politically awful person sat next to me, because he didn't shut up about his views on politics. I knew exactly where he stood. He was very loud and proud about it. So then being sat next to him, man spreading, legs wide open, knee touching me in my space, knowing his political views, and then he was creasing the entire time at this show and at all these stereotypes. It was just deeply uncomfortable. If that makes me sensitive, if that makes me a snowflake, I don't care. Even taking away all of that, I just didn't massively find it that... No, there were definitely... No, let me not lie. There was a lot of the show that I did find very funny. Yeah, like 5 minutes into the show, even before all this stereotype stuff came up, I thought, I don't think this is really going to be my sort of show. That's my review. Book of Mormon, don't recommend. So anyway, that's going to be Thursday's solo date, which will be super fun. I love, as you know, love a theatre trip, and my next theatre trip was booked in all the way in August, so I absolutely had to get something booked in before then, because I just need a regular theatre trip at least once a month to just sort of keep me running well, keep me healthy. I need a theatre trip. My camera is flashing, so I'm gonna need to quickly charge that. I mean, there are some shows that I've heard bad things about that I genuinely like don't care to see. Like, I've heard The Hunger Games is not that great. I never really cared to see The Hunger Games. I was never really a massive Hunger Games person, to be honest. I've seen some of the films. I don't think I've seen all of them. So I don't care to form my opinion of that, because I don't care to watch Hunger Games in the theatre. Oh God, that doesn't look good. I am going to put on a cute outfit. I want to wear my green midi skirt. Plane going. Oh, a helicopter going by. I want to wear my green midi skirt and black top. I need to take a jacket because it'll be cold when I get out. But let me get dressed, put the camera on charge, and I'll show you my outfit. Okay, I'm ready to go out. I'm dressed. I'm actually not in the outfit I had initially planned on wearing. Yeah, I don't know where the top is that I actually wanted to wear, but I still love this outfit. It's really cute. Vintage skirt, ASOS Adidas top, necklace, jewelry. Decided I'm gonna wear my hair down, however, gonna bring a claw clip because I might get really hot if it's warm in there and my hair starts expanding. I'm gonna want to tie it up, so gonna bring a claw clip for insurance, because there's a high chance that I'm not gonna want it down anymore. Anyway, it's a lovely evening, blue skies still. I'm gonna leave in about 5 minutes to catch my train. I'm really excited. So I don't know like what to expect, but I think it's gonna be a fun night. So let's go to see the Receipts podcast. Good morning. It's Sunday. I am absolutely knackered. My energy is completely depleted. Okay, let's catch up. So obviously I went to the Receipts podcast last night. It was so good. It was so fun. I loved it. If you know the Receipts, then you know that it's very much a dilemma-based... I wouldn't say it's dilemma-based actually, but a large portion of it is about answering dilemmas from the listeners. So we had live dilemmas. And I think it's quite funny because obviously when they're doing their podcast, they have someone who is seeing the dilemmas come in and only picking like the good ones, the interested ones. It's like a vetting process, right? Like not everyone gets through. Obviously you can't rely on that when there's a live show. So some of the dilemmas were just wild, but wild in the sense of like, I think you just wanted to talk on the mic, babe. Like, I think you just wanted your time to shine. And do you know what? Valid. There was one particular person in the audience who genuinely, like, Tolly and Audrey on the stage did a good job of not, like, telling her to shut the up. And the audience were kind of just like, get this girl off. Like, she's just chatting. But honestly, I had so much fun. It was such a good vibe in the room. Like, oh, the energy was so good. There was just so much positivity. It was great. I really enjoyed it. But as a result, had a bit of a late night last night. Woke up this morning at like 7 for my run, and my watch is telling me that I had a rubbish sleep. Which I love, and always I feel like I don't always sleep with my watch on anymore because it just kind of stresses me out the next morning when it tells me you're going to be tired today, you're going to be really tired today, babe, you're going to be really tired. And sometimes I feel like if I didn't see that, I'd actually be less tired. So that's why a lot of the time I don't even wear my watch anymore. But I procrastinated for about an hour and a half, eventually went out on my 12k long run, which is my final long run of my training plan. So exciting. It was honestly a really good run. I felt really strong during it. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a good run. Perfect running conditions because there was no sun today. A little bit windy, a little bit too windy. But other than that, no sun. Temperature was ideal. It was just kind of the perfect final long run. Ended it feeling like really confident in myself, and it just would have been a bit rubbish if it wasn't a good run. And then I was like, oh, brilliant, like my next long run's literally the half marathon and this one was rubbish. So luckily we had a good run. Cutest thing, I was running and there was a dad walking down the street with his child, like carrying his child, and as I was running the little kid was like, run, and I didn't really clock what he was saying until I'd already walked past, and I heard the dad going, yeah, that's right, she's running. And I was like, oh, stop, like that is so cute. I sort of just kept like hearing his voice telling me to run when I felt like I was struggling. I was like, no, Olivia, the kid told you to run, so you're gonna run. Anyway, got home from my run. Me and Joe went out and did the food shop. Genuinely, I didn't realise how absolutely knackered I was until I was in Tesco. Picked up a jar from the shelf and it just fell from my hands and it smashed all over the floor in front of an aisle full of people. Purely down to tiredness, because I don't know, it's almost like my grip didn't do what it was supposed to do and it just slipped out of my hands. That's the second time I've done that. I did that last year. When we went to Center Parks, I smashed a jar of, what's it called? Like the Dorito salsa dip. Smashed that all over the supermarket. Not my finest moment, but whatever. Anyway, now I'm here. I've got no responsibilities for the rest of the day. Joe has gone to his dad's to watch the football. I've just had my breakfast and it's like, what even is the time? It's like, what? It's gone 1 p.m. Got the last little bits of my matcha here. And you know what? I've got nothing to do. I've got to edit a few TikToks. Other than that, like, nothing. We're not even cooking today because we were like, let's give ourselves a day off and then we'll cook tomorrow evening. And you know what? I'm going to stay right here on this sofa. Might watch some TV. Might read my book. Who knows? The world is my oyster. I can do whatever I want with my day, and I'll tell you something for sure, it's not going to be much. So, it's just the best feeling, isn't it? I tell you I've done absolutely nothing with my day, I've done absolutely nothing with my day. No, I have accomplished finishing a series. I finally finished watching Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen. I started watching it a couple of weeks ago and I'm just awful with TV series. Like, I will start watching something and then I just stop, and I hate doing that. I hate that. Like, I just can't really binge. Like, my attention span doesn't really allow me to binge a whole series. So yeah, I started watching it a few weeks ago and then I was like, I'm gonna get around to finishing it, and I just didn't, but I finally got around to finishing it today. I feel like I'm gonna need to have a discussion at work tomorrow with my friend who's watched it and just confirm that I know the reasoning for the ending. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I definitely think I probably would have enjoyed it more if I just binged it. I kind of binged the first half and then binged the second half. But no, it was really good. Actually no, let me just not say anything because I'm going to spoil it. Long story short, I do recommend. It was very good. It's creepy, but it's also like maybe not what you think based off the first episode. You kind of never know what's quite going on, which is fun. I like that. So that was good. Very much enjoyed. I made a purchase a few days ago in preparation for Hackney Half. Don't think I'm actually going to need it now because I don't think the weather's looking that good. But I was like, do you know what? If it's going to be really sunny, I need some run-in sunglasses. How cool are these? Are you joking? How professional do I look? These are just from H&M because I'm absolutely not spending 30, 60, 100. Some of these glasses are like £100+. Ridiculous, absolutely not. I don't know how much these were, under 20 quid from H&M. I'm sure I can't remember how much they were, but I know for a fact I would not be spending crazy money on these because I'm like, how many times am I even going to wear them? Only through the summer. And I don't even know if I'm going to end up wearing them on the day because if it's not sunny then I won't need them, but I can still use them throughout the summer. I always tend to fall off running through the summer because obviously it's hot, it's sweaty, it's just not fun really, but I am determined to carry on with my running, whereas usually last time I did Hackney Half and then pretty much stopped running afterwards for like a year and then having to like start from scratch again. I don't want to do that this time. I'm definitely going to keep up with my running. I think first and foremost, try and improve my 5k time, and then I'm planning on doing a 10k race in, I think it's like the start of October. So then maybe I'll do a 10k plan for that. But basically definitely want to carry on running. Like, I'm so proud of how much I've built up my fitness and I just don't want to start from scratch again. Please, absolutely not. That doesn't mean I'm going to be running 15k's, 18k's. I don't want to do that, but I want to be able to run a solid 5k and a solid 10k, and that's it really. I'm definitely not interested in doing any more crazy distances. You won't see me doing a marathon. You will not see me doing a marathon, and you won't see me doing a half for a very, very long time. I don't know. I'm like pretty confident I'll do another one at some point, but not anytime soon, not in the next few years. We're going to stick to the lower distances, I think. I've just been planning out like my next week of workouts, and I'm not going to lie, I've not even planned in much in for myself. I'm just going to do one gym session, which to be fair, all I've been doing for weeks is one gym session a week, which is so like foreign to me because I'm so used to going 3 times a week and the gym just being my thing. And obviously I've just had to dial it back, and that has kind of taken a bit of getting used to, like mentally, because I feel like, why am I not in the gym, but like it's fine, it is what it is. But yeah, I've scheduled in just one gym session for next week. I've got one training run next week, and then we've got the half on Sunday. And yeah, so next week's going to be a pretty chilled one with workouts, which is great because I need some sleep. I need a bit of not a lie-in tomorrow, because I'm not going to get a lie-in, but like not having to wake up to work out. I need that tomorrow. So I love that for me. It's just so nice when you've stuck to something for like 15, 16 weeks, whatever it is, and you can kind of just like chill and relax a bit guilt-free. I haven't yet got round to finishing my book. I've not even read any today, so I won't be able to give a conclusion in this vlog. Definitely in the next vlog. I'll probably finish this book in the next couple of days. I've not got that much left. So yeah, when I've finished, I'll give my thoughts and I'll give my feelings. So I actually think I'm gonna end the vlog here because we're just gonna have a very relaxed evening. We're having pie and mash for dinner because we couldn't be bothered to cook. Joe's watching, is it Arsenal West Ham maybe? Technically I should be watching Arsenal as a Arsenal supporter. But I'm not a very good Arsenal supporter, let me not lie. I'm probably the worst Arsenal supporter in the world. And that's what happens when you're born into an Arsenal family and you don't massively care. I wish I did. Like I also go through phases of being really into it and then I'm losing interest. So anyway, I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the evening. Thank you for watching another vlog. I've had a wonderful weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.